Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Abeleven from Building Biology New South Wales, and I'm here to talk to one of the speakers from the Environmental Health Conference, Lucinda Curran. Hi Lucinda, how are you?
I'm good, Kelly. How are you?
Good, thanks. Very excited to have you here today.
Thank you. And I'm really excited about the conference. I think it's a wonderful initiative.
I know, cannot wait. Thank you so much for speaking.
My pleasure.
All right, let's get into it. So what do you do?
So basically, I call myself an environmental health consultant. So that's got a few parts to it, and I guess I get to wear many different hats. But part of it is assessing the way the built environment impacts on health. So things like water damage and mold, indoor air quality, electromagnetic fields, heavy metals, drinking water, all of that kind of thing. And then another part of it is working with the building industry to actually prevent these issues. So I sort of see that first bit as a little bit more of a band-aid. We're getting to deal with the problem once it exists. But this other level is actually working at that more preventative side so we don't have the problems to start with. And then sort of a big part of all of that combined and also separately is speaking a lot about it and educating people about environmental health in the hopes to make it all a better place and safer for everyone.
Amazing. Prevention is better than cure. Very good. So what piqued your interest in environmental health?
So for me, I'd become a Chinese medicine practitioner and I moved to the inner city. And when I moved to the inner city, my health actually started declining like really dramatically. Fortunately, I'd already heard about the way the built environment can impact on health, and I'd heard about chemical sensitivities. And I realized that was what was happening for me. So I was able to quickly address that. But I guess when I look back at my journey to get to that point, I can see that a lot of it was preventable. And so I determined, I'd gone into hospital to have back surgery and I was lying there in the room sick as could be, and the doctors had no idea what was going on. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to study building biology and I'm going to stop this from happening to other people. So that's been a huge motivation with all of this, and actually a big part too, because I do see it as preventable. A lot of it has then been about education. So if people are aware of the problems, they can then prevent themselves from getting as sick as I got, because it's not a nice place to be. And as I said before, the shift towards working with the building industry as well is a lot to prevent, prevention at that next level. So, to actually just avoid the problems completely is where I'm wanting to shape the world now.
Oh, wow, amazing. The building industry is very lucky indeed. So tell us a little about your topics for the conference.
So I'm going to be talking about why it's so important to have a professional building biology assessment of a place, of your home or workplace, to determine what the problems are. I think it's such a specialised field and we do such detailed study into many different aspects of the built environment. And I mean, I can tell you just from my experience, every single subject I was heading in about 40,000 words worth of assessment, and there's so much research, so it's huge. And I kind of think a lot of people go, but I can just Google this or I'll Google that and I'll get the answers, but that's such a superficial and limited level, and with a lot of this it's very easy to get it wrong, so that little bit of information can actually be damaging. So it's very important on that level as to really get somebody who knows what they're doing. And I mean, also from there, once you qualify, you just go in and learn even more about all those different areas, because there's so much to learn. It's just tip of the iceberg. There's so much to it. I think also too, there's a lot of do-it-yourself situations where people can get, test kits for this or that, and, find out what the levels of whatever it is they're testing for are according to that test kit. But having a professional assessment and comparing the differences in results can just be phenomenal. And that's, I think, particularly a big thing to do with mold at the moment. There's a lot of tests people are doing themselves. And I know particularly with mold and water damage, the inspection part of it, and that's the skill, that's the trained professional part of it, that's at least 50% of identifying what the problem is. So, just really getting people in to check and thoroughly assess. And I think another part of this is you don't know what you don't know. And I mean, I think we've all done things in ignorance. I mean, I can tell stories about the house I lived in the Blue Mountains where, I sanded asbestos and I'd wipe the mold off every day, off everything, and use the pesticides. And, we've all got stories like that where we've done stuff because you don't know what you don't know. And once, you know, you can get someone to come in objectively and actually assess everything, it's a totally different thing. So
wow, amazing. Yeah, I think that's so important too, always getting your information from a trusted source. And I have to say that your profiles, LinkedIn, Facebook, and other social media, your blogs are very, very reliable sources of information. So very excited to have you speaking. I guess one more question.
Sure.
That's okay. So why should people come along to the ASBB Environmental Health Conference?
Well, firstly, I mean, it's going to be an amazing day. So I know that everyone who turns up is going to be meeting other amazing people just simply by being there, because that's the sort of people that are going to be coming. I think hearing from people who are such experts in their areas, you know, we've got some incredible speakers. We'll have the list up so everyone can have a read of who those people are and what they're talking about. But just hearing from these people that normally, you know, we wouldn't necessarily be able to access is just mind-blowing in terms of opening up the opportunity to understand and to change, you know, your life and well-being. And I think really just to understand how crucial a role our buildings can play in our health, given we spend around 90% of our time indoors. You know, that can make or break our health, really. So to get a grasp on all of that, and then, you know, we've got amazing exhibitors, and that is also, you know, there'll be products there that are available that would be helpful. It's going to be an absolutely goldmine of a day. I can't wait.
Bang, very, very exciting. And Lucinda, I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for the industry. Yeah, it's amazing that you'll be speaking, and hopefully everybody wants to know even more. Thank you for your time today, Lucinda. If anybody does want to know more, please grab some tickets, find your tickets, check the link below. Thank you.